Hey there, my name is Valerie. I'm with Minuteman Press, and I'm going to show you how to add a bleed to any project using Canva and Adobe products. So first thing first, we need to identify what cut size you want your project to be. So what the end result's going to be. You'll notice I've got business cards on here. That's the one that I'm going to use as a guide here. Business card size is 3.5 inches by 2. And all of our print items have a bleed of 1/8 of an inch, so 0.125. So feel free to screenshot this if you'd like. This is a resource that's displayed in a lot of our print stores. So for starters, I'm on a base level of Canva, so this is not a paid subscription. We can just go straight to create a design up in the top right. I'm going to do a custom size here. And we want to make sure that we're on inches. We'll do business card 3.5 by 2. You can see it's got some suggestions down here, but we're just going to create a new design. All right, so it's got some suggested designs over here. I'm going to pull one of those for the sake of trying this out. And I'm going to purposely grab this one here. And the reason is that you can see this box around the dashed line. That's your bleed area. But you'll notice that this black box does not extend to that area. So if we were to print this out or send this file to a printer, it's very likely going to have some white area along this border. There's not enough space for us to cut. So we'll extend this black to the entire bleed. And we'll say that that's our print ready file, right? So we'll go to File, and we'll download, and we want to download a PDF file. We'll include our crop marks and bleed. That's very important here. And really, printers want CMYK based printing. RGB is primarily used for web. You'll notice that it is only included in the paid subscription. So I'm going to choose RGB for this, but keep in mind that if you are changing up color modes, it's very possible that your color is not going to match the way that you'd like to. And anytime you want color match, make sure you're communicating that to your printer. So we'll hit download here. And then this is what our finished product will look like. So you see it's got the crop marks, and this color extends beyond the area that we're cutting. Now some visuals to show why we're doing that is we've got a bleed press sheet here. So every printer prints on different size press sheets. It's hard to know what stores have what equipment. So it's best just to provide the print file as that cropped marked piece, or at least a piece that has the bleed added. It doesn't necessarily have to have crop marks, but you want your document to be larger than what we're cutting to. And then you want your text to be nice and inside the margin area. If I go back right here, you can see that I've got plenty of room. I believe the standard is about another 1/8 of an inch inside that you want to have to protect your text. So we don't want to lose that. Okay. So everywhere where you see a crop mark is where we would cut with our cutter. So that would extend the black area and the yellow area to the edge of the paper. So no white borders. Whereas if we receive a file that does not include a bleed, this is really what we're looking at. So I've drawn some red dashes here so you can see where we would cut. And it's going to be very challenging for anyone with a machine to make this cut look professional. Every machine has a little bit of shifting in it. So you've got a little tiny shift in your printer, a little tiny shift in your cutter, and it can be, especially with business cards, very challenging to get a perfect cut without a bleed. So this is essentially what our graphic designers would be producing if you don't have a bleed, or they'll do their best to try to fix it for you because we do want you to have the best possible result. But ultimately you can help us out by just including that area there. I'm going to hop over to Adobe real quick and I'll show you the same thing for Adobe. This is Illustrator here. I do business cards constantly, so you can see it's already auto-filled here. I've got 3.5 inches by 2, and then I've got my bleed fill here. So again, it's 0.125 on all 4 edges. And you can see I've got my color mode at CMYK. So we'll go ahead and create that document. And in Illustrator, it's got a red marker showing you where that bleed area is. So we would want to extend any color to that red mark. Okay. So now if I'm going to save the file, I'll go to Save As. We'll save it as a PDF. I'm just going to throw it on my desktop for fun. And then the one thing to remember in the Adobe software is to make sure that we've got under marks and bleeds the use document bleed settings. That's very important. Otherwise, you're not going to receive a file with that extra bleed area. If you want to throw the crop marks on there, go for it. But ultimately, this is what we're looking for here. And then we can save the PDF. And then if I hop back over to my desktop here, you can see in the bottom left, it shows me the size of this document. It is a 1/4 inch larger than the business card cut size, which means it has that 1/8 of an inch bleed all the way around. So that's what we're looking for. And just to show you real quick in InDesign, it's the same process. Make sure you're on inches, 3.5 by 2. And then you've got your bleed area right here. 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Okay. So that is bleed. Feel free to leave any questions that you guys have in the comments, but thanks for watching.